Today we're fixing up the viral spicy cucumber recipe that is just all over the internet, and we're going to find out if this is really as good as they say it is. Hi, I'm Melissa Diane, and on this channel we just have so much fun in the kitchen and in the garden and just all around our home. And we're going to start today by going over all of the things you're going to need for this recipe. First of all, you're just going to need a small dish. I'm using this just rectangle clear baking dish. I think it's going to work just fine. You need to have a really sharp knife, and then for several people that I've seen that have made this, they use chopsticks. Now I don't have chopsticks, so I'm going to be using these little sticks here. These are actually used for, they're wooden and they're used for shish kebabs. I think it's going to work just fine, and I'll show you in a few minutes what you're going to do with these. Now for the actual ingredients, for the cucumbers, I'm using 3 today, and they're just these little short green fat cucumbers. I got these out of our garden. I think they're going to be great. A lot of people like to use the long English ones for this recipe. I think either will work just fine. You're going to use some salt. You're going to use quite a bit of salt. Then we're going to have some garlic. We're going to use some soy sauce, some sesame oil, and then the white wine vinegar, some red pepper flakes, crushed red pepper, some chili powder, and then just a little bit of sugar, and you're going to use a lot of sesame seeds. First thing we're going to do is we're going to try to cut these cucumbers in such a way that they turn into like a slinky. It's going to be really cool if we get it right. And then after we do that, that's when we're going to use this salt. So we're not actually going to be eating all that salt. We're going to pour the salt over those once we're done and let them sit for a little bit to help bring out some of that moisture. Okay, now here we go. We're going to try this. So we've got our little sticks here, and we set this little cucumber just in between them like this. I'll move it down just a little bit. There we go. Just kind of sit it right there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to cut this at an angle. And these sticks are supposed to stop us from going all the way through. So let me see. Here we go. Okay, we're stopping. I'm not sure exactly how thick to do this. So this is going to be, I'm going to try it. It's doing good. I don't think I want them too skinny. Be careful with your fingers. It's all sliced up diagonally. Now we're supposed to take this little guy and turn him over. So now we're going to take this, and he's upside down, and we're going to chop him up and down this way, not diagonal. Trying to be careful. Okay, now drum roll. Let's see what happens. I'm hoping he doesn't fall in half. So let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. I think it worked. Let's turn it over. Yes, I think I could have done a lot better, but I think that this looks pretty good. Woohoo! That is kind of cool. Look at that. Hey, I'm kind of impressed. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to sit it over here in my dish, and I'm going to do the other 2, and I'll be right back. Okay, so let me show you how we've done. This is the one that you saw me do a while ago. It actually turned out the best. It's very, very spirally. And then this one over here, I think I need to cut a little bit deeper. So just let you know if you don't go quite deep enough. Still turned out really good. And then this little guy, he turned out pretty good too. I could have gone a little bit deeper on him, but I think this is really, I'm excited. I think it's turned out well. Now what we're going to do next is we just want to pull a little bit of this moisture out. And so we're going to take this salt, and we're going to put this salt. I'm just using Morton salt because I wanted to use a really fine salt that will really stick. I didn't want to use, like, a lot of times I cook with like sea salt or kosher salt, but I wanted something that would stick really, really well, be really fine, and then we're going to let it sit for just a little bit after that. So I'm just going to kind of spread these apart a little bit here, put a lot of salt on them, and we're going to rinse all this off after it soaks. But you do want to go ahead and get quite a bit on here, quite a bit in between. Okay. And then this little guy, I think I'm gonna have to really take him and kind of pry it apart here. Okay, it's getting in there though. We're gonna be fine. Okay, and then we're gonna let this sit just like this for about 15 minutes. And I think while that's sitting, I'm gonna take the garlic and I'm just gonna slice up my garlic. A lot of times sometimes I'll put that in my little crusher, but for this recipe, they're suggesting that we use sliced garlic. Our cucumbers have all been rinsed completely of the salt, so there's very little salt remaining. And now we have dried them. I've patted them dry really well and they're back in their dish. So let's get going. So I'm gonna go ahead now. The first thing I'm gonna do is put some of this garlic on here. So I'm gonna take this garlic and I'm gonna just put it in some of these crevices in between here a little bit. And then we're gonna be making a sauce. So all of these, a lot of what we put on these cucumbers is going to fall all along the sides, and it's supposed to. It's going to be making a sauce that we're going to dip and swirl that cucumber in, those pieces, when we eat them. But I'm going to go ahead and try to put a few of these in between if I can. It looks like it's working pretty good. So we're going to have a lot of garlic. This is going to have so much flavor, y'all. Oh my goodness, it's gonna have so much flavor. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this soy sauce and we're gonna put this soy sauce all along this cucumber. We're gonna kind of go in between there. There we go. Missed that little spot there. Okay. Kind of open these up. And you can see that sauce that it's making there all in the bottom. Okay, next we're going to take our sesame oil. I'm going to shake that up. And let's put that sesame oil all over. Oh wow, see, it looks like this is sticking to it a lot better than the soy sauce. That's really cool. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to make sure I get a lot of that there in between. That smells wonderful too. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to put the crushed red pepper. I'm going to open up the other end of this. There we go. And put some crushed red pepper all along here. Next, we're going to take our vinegar. And I'm just going to put a teeny bit of this. Just a little bit on each one. Just a little bit. There we go. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle that across the top on each one. All right. Now we're almost done. We're going to put this chili powder all over. And that's going to look so pretty. Look at this. This is really looking pretty, y'all. Now just a little bit of sugar. Little bit of sugar across the top. I think I'm going to put a little bit of it there in the sauce. So as we're mixing that up, we'll have it there. Just a little bit of that sugar in the sauce in between there. Look at that. Ooh, and I like how that chili pepper, or excuse me, that chili powder's put a little bit more, how it's sticking to all of that and it's soaking in. That's looking good. And now we're going to put sesame seeds all over the top. Wow, isn't that looking pretty? That's looking so pretty. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for probably about 20 minutes. I want to get it really nice and cold. Okay, we are out of the refrigerator and oh my gosh, y'all, this smells so good. See this little piece right here? I have just chopped it up and I'm soaking it and I'm going to try it real quick. Here we go. Just 1 second. Oh wow, do you hear that? You hear how crunchy that is? Y'all, this is incredible. It didn't taste like I thought it would. There's all kinds of flavors. I see now why this is a viral recipe. Go get it, make it tonight, and I will see you on that next video. Bye-bye.